Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are into our last Gold to Diamond matchup here in the Quarantine Tournament number 5. My name is Daks, and I'll be joined by, well, a certain Zerg player later on in the Masters Plus bracket. But first things first, he can wait there into the casting table. He's like, stay there, little boy, because we're gonna be casting his game next. And this time is gonna be a ZVP. And this is the fun part of the Quarantine Tournament. Since it's a month-long thing, we can have our casters and even our admin, he actually joined too, into the tournament itself, really allowing them to go for the fight, looking to go for the glory itself. And hey, if they make it all the way, then sure, they don't cast. We're like, okay, we'll handle the administration from there. Everyone's happy about it because this is such a tight-knit community. We got our grassroots all good to go, and we're very, very happy to see every single person participate here in our local Philippine scene. But of course, without our sponsors, we wouldn't have a prize pool, so big shoutouts to them. Pure PC, as well as Block 101. Big shoutouts to you guys, always been supportive, especially Block 101. Long time. If you want your hobbies, you want your cards, you can always check out Block 101 Pure PC. In the meantime, Gaming and Parts, they have a delivery system as well. And something to take note is they do also have an extra prize for our Gold to Diamond winner. Pure PC is going to be giving away a Fansec K613 Fighter TKL2 for our Gold to Diamond prize winner, which is our champion, of course. In the meantime, though, for our Masters Plus bracket, no keyboard, but bigger money, which means you can buy more things, and you're going to be happier about that, to say the least. Big shout out to Pure PC. You can check them out at facebook.com/PurePC for all your tech needs. In any case, though, we are going to be getting into the game very, very soon. And if you guys do want to join the community, you can always use the command down below, SCPH. Does it have the, does it have the Discord nga pala? That's my question. Let me just check this one out. Oh, we don't have the Discord there. But you can check it out on the Facebook group, and you can ask for the Discord there in the Facebook group itself. We just want to make sure everyone here looking to be tight-knit. And of course, if you join a tournament from SCPH, you do have to be in the Discord to communicate. And wait, Mike Karopi, what's up, Mike Karopi? What a great name. How you doing? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a good time. But enough about that. Let's get into our best of 3. And first things first, we will start things off on Everdream LE. Pretty storied players, though. I have a lot to say about both of these guys, especially our Zerg player. But the question is now, will the curse be broken? We'll get into that a little bit more as we get into the game. But it seems like, this series is going to be looking to be pretty interesting. And since it's our last one anyway, it better live up to the hype. I'm very excited to see what this one is going to be all about. Don't go away, though, after this match, because we still have our Masters Plus bracket, and you don't want to miss out on that as well, to see the best of the community look to do battle. Quarantine Tournament series has been a anchor point, in all honesty, for the local scene. PH based, PH brewed, and PH played. But in any case, though, let's get into the game. Here we go into our first map, Everdream LE. If you guys are just looking to pick up StarCraft, it's a pretty tough game, but at the same time, we have a community here. You got tournaments, and you know where to go if need be. There's so many people here in the chat right now that are very, very helpful. If you have any questions, just enjoy it. Just have some fun. And don't forget, guys, that StarCraft 2 is free to play. Do not forget that. You can download it on the Battle.net client, and while the campaigns are not free, except the Wings of Liberty one, then pretty much everything else except Ladder, I think, you just need to buy one thing. But to get your first taste of StarCraft 2, then you can always check that at Battle.net. In any case, though, let's introduce our players. This is, of course, a best of 3. Let's set that one up. And introducing first, we got in the red corner on the southwest side of Everdream LE. He is a veteran, true and blue, and his name is Klaw. He is the Klaw, like the Martians say, and we'll see if he can get a grasp against his opponent, because the real man in the blue corner, this man has been your voice for a number of tournaments as well. This guy's been a pretty chill guy. You guys know him. In all honesty, though, I can just make him look good. I can also make him look bad. But it's time for him to break the curse. But first things first, let's introduce this man on the top right. He's looking pretty solid on that Zerg yet again. His name is Gobilam or Malupeyt. There you go. PVZ action. And if you don't know what the curse is all about, as Klaw is just bothering Malupeyt here, or Mr. Gobbleam, as much as possible, is every single time someone beats Malupeyt in the SCPH tournament, they are guaranteed at least to make it to the finals. But the question now is, can he break his own barriers? Because the furthest he's gone is this round of 16, the round we are in right now. And if he can make it the round of 8, well, he has made a new marker for himself. Hatchery, though, gonna be online. There we go, the pool as well. And what's the plan here for Klaw? Natural gonna be in order. Next is gonna be there. Seems like it's pretty standard so far for both sides. It's gonna be interesting to say the least, because looking at these two players, Klaw likes to play it a little more on the refined side here and there. He knows a lot about the game because he has been a veteran through and blue, as we keep saying. And he really has been a long-time player coming on back, bringing it to the best of the best. And it really feels like it's old versus new. Because on the other side, here for Malupeyt, not only can he talk the talk, but he can walk the walk if he's able to go for the aggressive play. Now, the thing about Malupeyt is usually if you bring him to a very long game, that's where he falls apart. That's where his decision making isn't as clean as it used to be. But during the early game, during the mid game, he is just absolutely sublime. And with early aggression like this, with the Zerglings looking to go for the push, this is where his strength truly does fly. It feels like, you know, it's one of those games where you have a timer, and if you can make it past the timer, then you are good to go. But if you die within the timer, then, you know, that's that. And you can see that a lot in a few missions here and there. It feels like Gobbleam here is the campaign AI saying that, hey, you have to defend against me for X amount of minutes because these Zerglings are already looking to go for a flood. But the Adepts are out in front, so looking to save with this one. Still, though, Malupeyt, interesting enough, looking to go for the Brute Force method. The Adept's going to be backing on out. This one Adept, though, taking a lot of damage. And in this case, though, this is going to be a lot of losses here for the side of Malupeyt. Klaw, though, in the meantime, opening that one up. Might be a mistake here. The probe going to be getting in the way instead, sacrificing his life for the greater good. Here we go, though, with an interesting funnel, macroing that micro. And Klaw right now has to defend against more because Malupeyt in the meantime able to get the bailingness in behind all of this. And it seems like this is the right decision at the right time. But Oracle gonna be here. This Stargate opening, allowing Klaw to defend. He puts the pylons in the way. A beautiful funnel. And these are the banelings, though, looking to go for the bus. More and more links looking to go into the play. And here on Everdream, it's such a strong diagonal. You can see the flow. You can see the flood. And you can see these links are hungry for blood. It is sometimes you just don't have enough of those units. It's not gonna fly. Warpgate Research, though, gonna get denied at the last moment. And that is absolutely huge here by Malupeyt. Perfect hits at the perfect time. 1 second for Klaw to get Warpgate Research. And now he is in a world of hurts. What a timing here from Malupeyt, to say the least. Absolutely impressive on the attack. And while we see some force fields here from Mr. Gobbleam himself, he's looking to gobble up his opponent with these Banes. Now, Lair Tech gonna be in order here for Gobbleam. He might go for the hooks that allows speed to go quicker. He can also go for Aspire if need be, if he decides to go for that third base. But it seems like in this instance, the pylons will go down. It is gonna be tumbling on over, and into the middle line we go. Malupeyt is looking oh so strong. He's looking pretty Malupeyt into this one, ladies and gents. And he is now going for the surround onto the sentry. He's getting even more so. The oracles are up in the air, but it doesn't matter because the energy isn't there for Klaw too much. This is just gonna be absolutely instrumental losses here against the probe. They are forced to go for the full yet again. These workers are trying to buy some time, trying to buy for their lives, but it doesn't matter because this is just Malupeyt being as cost efficient as possible. The Phoenix is just floating up in the air, doing absolutely nothing, and GG is called. I told you so. Aggression is his name, and Gobbleam is gonna be able to get that first map in this set. Well, first game, guys. Nope, forgot to change the transition yet again, but that is gonna be that one for this game. Really goes to show, though, our aggro boy looking good. And hey, since he's here right now in the casting side, oi, wake up, Mr. Malupeyt. What made you go for the attack there in that way, and what a deny on the Warpgate Research? So are you there?
Hindi ako bias, pero ang lakas ni Malupeyt eh.
Okay. Good. This is so guys, we have a desk now because I'm putting him a time out from casting. So he is the desk instead. So did you know that you canceled Warpgate at the last second?
Well, to be honest, hindi. It was really at the last moment na parang nakita ko yung timing eh. Na at this point, dapat may Warpgate na siya pero wala. So, yun. It was really a big pick-off for me. And I think that really made it a landslide situation. Kumbaga, nahirapan na mag-pump out na unit si Klaw.
Absolutely. Like, it's a little too much if you don't get those insta units. And did you ever doubt yourself when you were going for the attack on the Unceps? Or were you just that confident since you knew a Baneling Nest was coming your way anyway?
Well, since nagiging practice partner ko si Klaw, hindi siya, parang hindi niya nire-respect yung aggressive plays ko masyado. And maybe it's a way to teach him a lesson, you know.
I don't know. Lesson has been learned. So game number 1. Thank you there, Malupeyt, and I'll hear from you later on again because we still got some maps to go. Who knows? It can be a 2-0 here for Mr. Malupeyt, or can Klaw go for the reverse sweep? Hey, anything can happen in this set, and I love it already because we saw the aggro play there from Malupeyt. It's pretty much his bread and butter, and even add in a little bit of a cherry on top if need be. It's really just the way he plays, and you can always see that a certain player has a certain style from what works best from them. And here for Mr. Vic, then, you know, that's it. It's all about the aggro play. And on the Zerg, he just wants to kill his opponent as much as possible. In any case, though, map number 2 gonna be a little bit different. It's on the bigger side, and Eternal Empire. So in a case like this, it's all about taking the same ground as your opponent. You have to make sure that you're not gonna get caught in those chokes, in those ramps, and you gotta make sure that you're using the map to the best degree. But sometimes, when you're looking to go for the, well, wraparound play, the problem is how long it takes to get to your opponent. So this doesn't suit Gobbleam as much as what we saw a while ago in Everdream. Will we see Klaw be able to defend this time? And has he learned his lesson? As Malupeyt has said, has he learned to play defensively? Has he learned to respect his opponent? Or will we see Malupeyt here break his curse and move on to the 2-0? But I gotta say though, if Klaw can go for the reverse sweep, this is gonna be very, very good for a Protoss player overall into the story of the tournament. But hey, enough about that. Let's get into the game. Game number 2 coming your way. Our Zerg player with a 1-0 lead. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go again. Quarantine tournament number 5 getting in your face anymore. And we are into our second map in this best of 3. Introducing first though, on the top right of Eternal Empire. Classic map for a classic player. And his name is Klaw. And his opponents on the southwest corner instead. He's looking pretty prime and proper with that 1-0, showing his aggression, showing his fangs. It really feels like this is a carnivore looking to hunt. And his name is Malupeyt. I don't know, how about you guys? Which was the cooler name? Is it Gobelam? Is it Malupeyt? Is it abp.vicpogi69? You know, give me your thoughts in the chat. What should his official name now? But hey, our blue Zerg gonna be at the very latest gun for the extractor here. He's gonna go for the hatch first, looking to play that macro. And hey, macro from Malupeyt? Interesting call. He does like to go for the hatch first from time to time. He'd like to go for the hatch first in general, because it's just such a stable point of reference. And in a case like this, you gotta go for your overlords to float on around. But let's talk about the map a little bit more first. Eternal Empire, like we said, if you go for the wraparound, it makes an S. So I'm gonna draw an S right now on your screen. There you go. If you want to stay on that high ground as much as possible. Salnaga Towers allow you to get some really good intel in the middle of the map. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Klaw try to take that one just in case, to see any kind of early aggression here from Gobelam to begin with. And in case though, 1 gate, 1 core, and here we go with the Nexus Point. We're seeing the same kind of pace here into this Eternal Empire game. And in the case like this also, we do see Malupeyt trying to get that metabolic boost up and running ASAP. 3 drones onto the gas. Here we go with the Queen as well. And I feel like in an instance like this, we will see Malupeyt sending those initial Zerglings. But I don't really think that he's gonna push as hard as he did compared to the first game. Because this time, Klaw should be ready for it. Klaw should be looking to respect it. And Klaw should be able to answer back if he's able to shut down all the flood of the links. Because it really feels like it's a critical mass play kind of thing, right? When you have enough of those Zerglings, it reinforces every single time. It is just way, way, way too much to handle. Kolvik, what a great name. Well, that's a... I like how our admin guy is already bringing in some names. So yeah, you know, there's some good suggestions there for Vic to change his name one day. Maybe not today, but maybe soon. But hey, Adep's also going to be into play here for Klaw yet again. This time, can everyone give a moment to say a little prayer for the Warp Gate research? I hope the Warp Gate research gets blessed enough this game to actually make it in time. You know, sometimes life is hard, Warp Gate research. You just gotta make it through. You gotta make it happen. And maybe, just maybe, this is your opportunity to shine. Amen. Anyway, though, enough about that. Oracle opening gonna be here for Mr. Klaw, and he's gonna go for a reinforced gateway shield battery this time, and I like this a lot. I really felt like since he didn't have that shield battery earlier on, it hurt him so much without that reinforcement, without that extra tackiness. And in the end, it just bit him in the butt very, very easily. Now here comes the flood of links. Seems like, though, that Malupeyt has done it again. He's gonna go for the Baneless, and I was saying that, hey, this guy isn't gonna do the same thing twice, but no, he's gonna do it yet again. These are Baneless right now, looking for the bust on, but the shield battery is into play. There we go with the Oracle already, and look at this. Klaw is just absolutely respecting this and more. He builds a second Cyber Core just in case. The trauma is there, guys. The trauma is there, and Klaw right now might be looking to maximize the time that it's in the way before, well, shutting it down. Yeah, where's the cancel? Just waiting for the cancel right now. The Cyber Core shouldn't go up. Okay, so it goes up. Is it +1/+1 time? Is it time to just go for Stargate units instead, since you have 2 Cyber Cores anyway? Interesting call here for Klaw. So he's gonna wall himself up on 2 base rather than keeping this one open. And he will have to take his sweet time, but you know, he does have some good intel here and there. He has an idea of what is to come. He's using the Oracle to see these Zerglings, and I guess it was a right call here for Klaw. It's like kind of a little iffy to have a Cyber Core itself to get in the way, but in a case like this, it makes a lot of sense to keep the building there. But usually that's a gateway, you know, rather than the Cyber Core, but you can really see the shades of the past. The scars do not heal whatsoever. Klaw, though, gonna have these adepts onto the outside. And in the meantime, while all of this is happening, we are gonna be getting layered sec here from Mr. Malupeyt. One adept will go down, I believe. The other one able to transfer on away, all the way there. But in a case like this, these Oracles are just absolute bullies. And for now, you have to say that for Malupeyt, he might look into some tech switch. He might look into, well, at least defending his bases against air units. Because for now, he's on 2 base versus 2 base against Protoss, and you don't want to be in a case like that for long against another faction. And in this instance, though, Klaw has been angling to go for the Oracle Phoenix opening for quite a while. He has 2 Oracles, he has 1 Phoenix, similar to last game, and we'll see if he's going to be able to harass those Mineral Rides as well as the Overlords looking for the scouts into this Straits. But this is going to be the Phoenix right now, bothering the Overlord. Here we go, though, with the Roach Warren here for Gobulam. Interesting call. He's not going to go for the Spire, not going to go for the Hydra. He's relying on these Queens, but the problem for him is here on Eternal Empire, you're naturally not going to get connected between your main and your natural without a single creep tumor. So far, it's not as future-proof here for Malupeyt as we would like. Overseer, though, gonna be looking to get into play to go for the scouting, and yes, okay, it's actually happened. Since he has 2 Cyber Cores, he's going for the +1. He's just like, okay, might as well, right? Might as well deal with it, might as well use it. And here we go again with these Zerglings, the Oracles, of course, looking for the defensive, and it seems like the all-seeing eye of the Oracle is just keeping attention yet again. Still, though, this is just what would have happened, guys. This is like, we go into the second map, and this is basically what if Klaw actually finished Warp Gate, and what if Klaw actually built a shield battery? Because it feels like it's the same freaking game, but besides the fact— oh, Bailing drop! Gobulam, what are you gonna do with this? What are you gonna do with this? Here we go, maximum value, 6 probes have gone down, a little bit more slammer on down, not gonna be enough to get rid of the biggest chunk, but sneaky peeky, the Overlord looking to go on away, but the problem for him is this is Klaw on the hunt. 3 Phoenixes up in the air will easily catch out Overlords, and sure, it's gonna work once, but I don't think it's gonna work twice, because these are gonna be the air units on patrol, keeping an eye out in every single angle. Similar to Deathaura, there are these nooks and crannies that you can hide some drop potential there, put some Overlords, put some air units, whatever, to put them into, well, an offensive position. But my oh my. This is what happens when you awaken the beast. And Klaw has said, I have 2 Cyber Cores. Might as well go all the way. But this is going to be Nidus Network in the meantime, courtesy of Gobulam. And he's going to have a bunch of units here to try and bring into the main base. Probes have already been pulled. The Zealot, though, the Zealot has to be the one slicing right into the probes. It's not maximum DPS right now, and a few of these Zerglings able to move on through, but it's not going to be enough. Phoenix is, though, in the meantime, catching out the Overlord instead. And I like this from Klaw. A beautiful response to get rid of the intel, get rid of the sight lines. And the carriers have arrived into the game. Still, though, a little bit of an issue here for Malupeyt. He's gonna go for the Spire play because he's desperate to get those Corruptors. But he went for Nidus, and usually when you go for Nidus, you do want to go for the push there immediately. Look at the army count right now for Gobulam. It is just looking very, very small compared to what Klaw has, both in terms of quantity and quality. And even though he's just pooping out all these creep tumors, I'm very, very worried here for Goblin because he doesn't have any proper anti-air right now. He's desperate to go for the Spire Tech just to get it. And since he's only on 2 base, he's not gonna have the best kind of economy, especially as he's losing Overlords here, there, and everywhere. The harassment from Klaw is looking very, very substantial, and this is now gonna be a last-ditch effort here from the Zerglings to try and do something to bother his opponent. But with the wall set on up, it feels like it's not gonna be enough, and Klaw has enough to actually go for a cycle. We have a sentry, we have some zealots in behind. Interesting call to put them there rather than the front line, and the Cyber Core will go down, but at the very least the carriers have arrived and will be bothering everything into the second base. These are so many queens at this time, and while the Cyber Core will go down, here comes the Warp on in with some more of these zealots. The carrier can help things out. There we go with the interceptors into play. Battery overcharge has been baited on out, but in an instance like this, it's all about the natural of the Zerg instead. Desperation Spore Crawler, absolute pittance right now. Klaw in the meantime pushing on with these carriers, and even though we see the Phoenixes right now looking to go for the Graviton Beams, the carriers are there to get some free damage, and these Corruptors are going to be instrumental for this defense. 7 Corruptors now looking to get into this play. Here comes the Swarm though. Graviton Beams to prevent the anti-air, and all Malupeyt can do is watch his queens die in front of him. Royalty, meaning absolutely nothing against Klaw, but the Acid Sports are there. Simple enough though, the Phoenix is able to get some damage on. The carriers looking back on the way. They don't want to die against these Corruptors, and seems like one of these capital ships will go down swinging. In any case though, finally, we see Goblam answering back. But while all of this is happening, look at what Klaw is doing on the macro department. Army count is already at 60. Here comes another wave of carriers, and it feels like it's that one co-op mission where you have to defend. You have to defend those warp gates, right, or whatever they're called, to make sure that these big things can't make it through. And Goblin right now losing out to the Corruptors yet again. He has to back on away. But this is looking very, very scary because the army is now congregating even more. What's better than 2 carriers? Make that 3. Because here comes the thunder, here comes the pain, and here comes the punishment courtesy of Klaw. He said to Malupeyt basically in this game, you can't do the same thing twice. Because I will answer back and give you old school cool. Carriers have absolutely arrived, and here they are to just swarm against their opponent, and this just might be it unless Gobblelam can get even more Corruptors into the fray. His ground game is looking oh so weak. Into natural would go. Sure, one carrier would go down, but the Corruptor is desperate to try and find a target. It can't even go against any of these interceptors by this point, and with the Zealots into the front line, it's just not going to be enough. You know, guys, sometimes they say to diversify your portfolio. It's a good thing to be good at many things. But at the same time, if you take too much out of your time with, well, what you're good at, then you will see a little bit of a significant degradation of your skills. And it seems like that's kind of the case here for Gobblelam. Try to do everything you can and more, and in a macro game, you can see where he can struggle on the decision making. Some good calls here and there. I like the aggression, but in the end, Klaw just brings in the carriers and just wins the game from there. What a match though. We are now all tied up 1-1, and our Protoss still keeping alive in this matchup. So there you go, guys. Game number 2. And hey, Malupeyt, you lost that game. You lost that game. What happened?
Well, may dalawa akong ayoko sa StarCraft. Una, ayoko sa Protoss. Tapos pangalawa, ayoko nag-i-Skytos. So kung nagising ko yung beast sa loob niya, yes. Well, maybe in the next game, magigising yung beast ko rin. So we'll see about that.
So what do you think though? Going for Nidus and then suddenly going for Spire? It felt like you were using too many resources just to get tech. And do you think that hurt you a lot since you're also only on 2 base?
Yeah, I think so. And I think I really like scouting. In a sense na alam kong paparating yung career rush ni Klaw. Pero hindi ko na-scout ng maaga kaya medyo late yung response ko. My initial response was still tapusin yung game. And yeah, it happened.
Hey, it's like all good. 1-1 scoreline, really making this a match. And thank you right there. We'll hear some words again from Malupeyt later on because we still got a 3rd map, guys. And we are going down to the wire. And this is going to be interesting because I like this a lot for Malupeyt if this is his pick because it's Deathaura LE. More on the aggressive side, more on the small side. And even though as a Zerg player, you don't like it too much because of the drop potential from both Protoss and Terran, especially that blink potential from 3rd to primary. If you're able to go for the aggro early with the speed zones, then these Zerglings, you know, they're quick units. They can go even quicker if need be. So that's something to watch out for, to say the least. I'm very, very excited to see this one coming. And, you know, a lot of ABB plans right there. Labas mo mga babies mo, pick. Will we unleash the beast there with a big pose? That's really it. That has to be it. But in any case, though, Game number 3 coming your way. And after this one, guys, we'll take a break and we'll go into Masters Flux next. So we still have so much action for you in our round 3 broadcast. So don't go away anywhere and in any time, because we still have so much more local games for you to enjoy. This is your 5th edition of the Quarantine Tournament, and it's a little different since it spans the whole month of September. But in any case, though, I don't think we can waste any time. We'll be getting into the game. It's high time to see who will take this victory. Will it be Klaw? Will it be Malupeyt? We'll find out as we get into the match. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And I really feel like it's all down to this. But introducing first, here on the southeast side of Deathaura LE, got that map to win, and his name is Klaw. His opponent, though, here on the top left instead, got that first map win with the aggro, tried to go for the second one, but no, sir. Klaw said, you can't do the same thing twice to me. But this time, though, twin strategies, and here we go with the potential pull. Let's introduce him as Malupeyt, and this is looking to be pretty exciting to start things off. This is the legendary 16 drone rush. Basically, you bring all your workers, and that is that. Twin extractor trick to allow you to have double the workers ahead, and it's just basically 16 over 14, an interesting build to say the least. Now, this is basically a absolute all-in. If you lose this, you lose the game. If you win this, you win the game. That is that. And as soon as one single unit comes online and is able to hurt your drones, then that is that. But it's time for the Congo line, and Malupeyt looking to go for the surround against the pylon. Now he knows he needs to shut down the gateway here immediately to prevent the Zelt from coming, and the best thing Klaw can do right now is actually try and go for the chrono boost onto some probes there, but unfortunately he's gonna get supply block as well, and it's now 18 versus 16 workers. It's high time to see the brawl. It's high time to see who will win it out, and it's absolute chaos. There we go, though. You can see that Klaw is trying to go for some tech. He's trying to go for a little bit more of the pull there, but he's getting too much damage now. Goblin, in the meantime, he's just like, I'm gonna scatter it all in, and he's also doing the same old thing. These workers are shuffling each other, and this time, though, it's the lead here for Goblin. Better control on the worker count. Still, though, Klaw's given the opportunity to get to the chrono boost out and about and get some probes along the way, but Goblin right now is giving chase, and this is one way for Malupeyt to win a game, that's for sure. This is his signature. This is him putting his stamp on, and this is him looking to break this curse, because he is getting rid of all of these probes, and GG is called. Malupeyt will move on to the quarterfinals in the most interesting way I have ever seen in the gold to diamond brackets. What was that? What was that? Hey, what was that?
I'm on beast mode.
I guess if you call in the beast, that is that, ladies and gentlemen. The next level play.
The next level play, man.
Is that how you want to go to the quarterfinals?
Gusto mo hanggang finals pa eh. Hindi, joke lang.
Okay, so what made you do it, and why did it work? Give us the down low of the mind that is Malupeyt.
Well, ano eh. Gusto ko ng something talaga na sobrang unexpected na hindi malalaman ni Klaw, or hindi pa namin na practice or something. Since nga dahil si Klaw, matagal ko ng practice partner. So, yun, ginulat ko siya with that strategy. It was really cheesy and it was really all in. Well, kasi nga nagising niya yung beast inside ko eh. So, I guess that's it.
I guess that's it indeed. You know, the beast has been unleashed by both players, but in the end, the bigger beast is Malupeyt. So, you know, that was a pretty good series, and you can really see where your strengths lie there, Mr. Malupeyt. Gotta pay attention, though, on the macro side, because you've made it to the quarterfinals. So, how does it feel? How does it feel to get further than you've ever gone further before so far?
Well, the pressure comes along with it. Kailangan mag-practice pa. I'm setting up more practice sessions with my coach, kay Saipem. Okay? Kaya, yun, I really need to practice my standard openings. Kasi yung standard ko, alam na nila yung standard ko eh.
Medyo hindi beast mode yun eh. Parang tipong I sleep mode yun eh. But hey, it's good to see, and congratulations there to Malupeyt. He's finally done it, made it to the quarterfinals. So the other curse will still continue though. We'll see once he loses, or if he loses actually. If that person can make it to the grand finals. But a 2-1 victory, taking the win there on Everstream, and the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life on Deathaura with a double extractor cancel, and just basically trick his opponent. And it was just like, who can actually do the worker full better, right? Who could actually go for the surprise, make these workers pop out like a ball? And it felt like there for Klaw, he was taking way too much time to try and do it, and he was losing probes along the way because Malupeyt was just like, nah, whatever, I'm just gonna hurt you, and I'm gonna hurt you more. And I think he lost like, what, 4? 5 probes along the way before the fight even started, really? So it just goes to show, right? It just goes to show. I felt like it could have been better there for Klaw to just hold his lines, in all honesty. If he was able to play it a little more standard and especially get one pylon in behind and then go for the chrono boost onto the workers, he couldn't shut that down with the amount of units he's getting, basically. So that's just pretty much that, guys. It's really all about reacting properly, and in the end, Malupeyt is just able to psych out his opponent and so much. And who wouldn't be, right? Who wouldn't be psyched out from what they saw there? But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is our gold to diamond bracket, and I'll be joined by Malupeyt in the Masters Plus bracket for some commentary. But before all that, before we take our break to move into the higher tier of bracketing, we will still see our sponsors yet again, Pure PC, as well as Block 101. These guys have been very supportive, making this tournament a reality. This is, of course, presented by DLS Missile, Daks PH, as well as iOS Buhay Productions. Now, take note, though, that for Gold to Diamond, we still have that keyboard as an additional prize. So you can see that Fansec K613, courtesy of Pure PC, looking pretty solid for our winner. Masters Plus, though, gonna have that bigger prize pool. It really goes to show there's so much support in our local scene. And if you guys do want to contribute to the prize pool, if you do know anyone who's willing to sponsor us midway, then always, you can DM me, you can DM DLS Missile into the Discord, you can DM Ice Boy Productions as well, any one of us, just to coordinate with us, and we'll make sure that your name is here in the Quarantine Tournament number 5. That being said, though, it's been an amazing Gold to Diamond run, and we'll be getting more of them into our next session for round number 4. But don't go away. When we come back, we'll go into Masters Plus, and you're going to see some fan favorites. You're going to see some big names looking to do battle. And in all honesty, you're going to see a lot of Zerg, guys. You're going to see a lot of Zerg. So big kudos, though, to our Gold to Diamond players, especially our Zergs. We saw 2 of them make it to the quarterfinals. That has been the furthest we've seen Zerg so far into, well, the Quarantine series. So if any of them can make it to the semifinals, it would be even better to really show the progress of the race on the lower ranks. But I have been Daks, and I will be right back with Malupeyt later on in a few minutes time for the Masters Plus bracket. Don't go away. This is your round 3 broadcast of Quarantine Tournament number 5.